Hi, and welcome to my life in sundown Central Texas. And it looks like the beginning of a full moon, and it sounds like somebody's having either some vehicle trouble or they're doing something interesting with the bike tire and it's rubbing. Doesn't matter. Now, the light is fading, but a few minutes ago I came out of the bathroom and the little dog informed me he had to go too. So it's like, let's go! So now it's feral grandma and little dog outside for doggy time. He still doesn't much say hello to the internet, but he lets me show his face. Now, yesterday I did extra cooking, largely because I was experimenting, learning to do things, and extra laundry because it needed to be done. And then today, no energy. Well, I did load the dishwasher and get that going, because when I go to bed at night, that's when people bring stuff out of their rooms and abandon it in the sink. Good indicator you've got teenagers in the house if that happens. Right now there's only one, the other one has gone off to daddy's. I mean, they have the same dad, but the relationship for one of them is long since broken. And the older boy is away. That's cool. I save money when he's not around. A variety of dogs are making noises everywhere. But it's pretty much time to not be on little screens everywhere all day. Or all night. I know me, I can do it. But the moon is really pretty right now. It's almost full. I imagine it'll be full tomorrow or the next night. But also, it's Perseid meteors time. So you might, if you have as much clear sky as I do, spot some space rocks committing flaming hara-kiri through our atmosphere and mostly never getting near the surface. I hope there's a few really good nights. Usually the viewing is pretty good here. Clear skies help. I haven't seen any yet. I didn't really look yesterday, but we got a lot of clear sky tonight. But I don't want to stay up incredibly late. I got class in the morning. And our plans for Wednesday kind of fell apart. One person was coming in late. One person arrived when they expected to. And the other one had their flight canceled, and they found out when their boarding pass got scanned. But the folks who were trying to get here did safely get here. And we went out for dinner with Loki's mom. The teenager, he who collects glasses and things in his room until everyone else has gone to bed, opted to stay home and play video games and be the available adult in case the little dog needed a grown-up. Not that the little dog looks at him as an available adult on the worst of days. But they are friends. Dog barks at him, and he's learning to pet the dog more, especially when the dog is showing you that he has a ball. Sometimes he likes to chase the ball, sometimes he wants you to just find it and get his attention and then throw it. When he has it in his mouth, he doesn't want you to take it and throw it, he just wants you to pet him while it's in his mouth. We're still working on that one. But ball is about interaction, and he wants petted when he has the ball in his mouth. And it's hard to find little tiny miniature tennis balls that tiny. They're the extra small ones. A dog wouldn't have to be much bigger than a Chihuahua to be able to get it down his throat and choke on it. So you've got to always get the correct size ball for your dog. I'm sitting here talking about playing ball with the dog, and this guy is just intently paying attention to the unhappy sounds across the street. He wants to go gather that big dog into the fold and make him part of the family, but not our dog. And stealing dogs is generally not considered something smart to do. But I wanted to make a little bit of something because I didn't really do anything earlier when it was so hot out. And it was a lot of hot. And humid. We used to live in Andrews, way across the state. And the heat wasn't quite as bothersome. Of course, we often had a humidity of 0 out there, or maybe 1 or 2%, generally under 5. I'm wearing another one of my vastly huge t-shirts right now. And I'm thinking, how many shirts can I replace when it's tax-free weekend? I mean, the boys aren't growing out of their stuff so much anymore. But now, Loki and I both need new clothes. I'm pretty sure Loki just needs to switch to wearing suspenders. But he won't because that leaves him looking old-fashioned, He likes to wear a belt and push his waistband down below his belly. Belts do have their uses. In an emergency, if your pants will stay up without it, you can use a belt as a leash. I just got a look from doggy. But you can. Neighbor's goat got out, or dog, or something. And if it's a leather belt, then you've got a supply of leather wrapped around your waist that can be quite handy. And if it's a goat roper belt, then you've got a supply of cordage around your waist where it can be quite handy. A lot of people like making paracord belts, which wind up looking like goat roper belts, but slightly less colorful, unless you happen to be one of those people who wants the safety yellow and bright white colored paracord. A friend of mine had me do his grip wraps in those colors. Look like a yellow python. Not the colors of my choice. But we got a little 10-minute video. I'm still feeling kind of blah from all the extra effort I put out yesterday. But now I know more about using the sous vide and setting the timer carefully. And this might come as a bit of a surprise to some people. Don't put the eggs into the sous vide until you have reached the correct temperature. Because if you get over 110, 120, they're cooking. Oh, that's his little friend over there. No, if he comes all the way over to the porch, you can play with him for a minute. Puppy dog don't belong in the road. Yeah, we keep you out of the road because we want you to stay three-dimensional. No flat doggies. I wish everybody cared about their dog that much. Also, flaming land piranha over here does not need to be chasing anyone. And when it cools off in the evening, that's when people take walks. I would if I could walk straight, but I'm working on it. And that's why it's so important to go off to Tai Chi in the morning. But I'm still feeling kind of blah after all the extra effort I put out yesterday. I have not eaten anything for dinner, and I probably ought to. I've got broth in there I can get into, and I've got one more piece of bone marrow. Canoe cut beef bone for bone marrow, yeah. It was so good on the eggs, and it was good on the steak too. But that was a slightly heavy lunch. Oh, look at that. It is getting so dark that even the little garden lamp up there in the pot has turned itself on. A little bit of light left in the western sky. Oh, puppy, I'm going to do something. Oh, there's other critters. His friend and another one. And he's trying to make sure his friend is safe. The person got the... There we go. There's the moon over there. It doesn't look quite as bright. I think it will look a little bit rounder tomorrow. It looks a little bit less than full right now. But it is time to take the little dog back in. Sorry, puppy. I know you want to go run and play with the other little dogs. I know you do. We should go to the bark park sometime soon. Yeah, we should. We should take puppy dog to the bark park. And there's all that obstacle course stuff there that you could play with if you want to. Or you could just be off leash for a little while. No, you don't get to play with that one. No, dogs are allowed to stop and go potty. That's why they go walkies. When they gotta pee, they gotta pee. Something carnivores understand as the weight comes off and the excess water sheds with the poundage, you know? I get so tired of all the time to the bathroom, but I still kind of wish more weight would be coming off. But I'm thinking about everybody. I would like to see a Central Texas meetup happen. Whatever kind we can come up with. And there are even places where we could bring the doggies if we have some. I just have this guy. There would be a great deal of disagreement about whether or not Chihuahuas count as dogs or squeak toys. But he's mine. I take care of him. Then again, if we just had a lunch somewhere where a carnivore can get a decent meal without having 15 million sides and a basket of bread included, that would be good too. I really think a park, barbecue style, is probably the way to go. Old Settlers Park, there's where the Dell Diamond is at. There's a nice barbecue restaurant right there. It's called Salt Lake. It's pretty good. So anyone who doesn't want to bring meat, but rather doesn't want to bring something to cook, but wants something that's ready to just open up a parcel and start, that would be a way to go. But remember, I was talking about the experiments in the kitchen yesterday, because people got to figure out how to do what they eat. And now that I can eat eggs again, I want to be able to get soft cooked eggs. And apparently the sous vide is a great way to do it. I might just have to get the entire cover off and then lower the rack in with the egg sitting on the bottom grade of the rack and no dividers. Just lower it in right there, right then, when it's at temperature and switching to the cook time. So I have to give that a go at some point. I'm still not seeing any meteors, but it's early. There's weeks more of the Perseids to go. Somebody somewhere must be getting some. And some neighbor somewhere must think that engine noise is the equivalent of manhood or something. Same kind of people who play music so loud that it never occurs to them it's bad for their own children's health if the children can't sleep because it's that loud. Sleep is necessary. And proper sleep makes for taller children. Go figure. Oh, a tiny little dense cloud, very close to another one, just went in front of the moon. I will have to check the forecast for tonight and find out if we're expecting any more rain. It does occasionally happen here. Well, remember, be decent, be kind when you can. Don't let people walk all over you. You don't have to eat vegetables or bread if you're doing low carb. Okay, if you're low carb, that's no potatoes, no rice, no noodles, no tortillas, no bread. And if you're doing carnivore, no bread, no rice, no noodles, no potatoes, no tortillas. Except I'm an adult, I can eat what I want, when I want. I can still eat those things. I don't wind up immediately sick if I do happen to eat some of that sort of stuff. So we went out to a Mexican place because Loki usually likes to get fajitas. I got carne asada, and it was good. And I actually ate the tortillas. And that was good. I very rarely take any treats of that nature. But for the year, I am still way over 95% carnivore. Maybe even 98%. I might be over 98%. Because mostly I don't do those things. I don't need them. I don't even want them. What I do want is for y'all to be happy and healthy and well rested. Remember, Grandma loves you and wants you to be okay. All right, bye-bye.